A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English, 'cause it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hi everyone, welcome back to A+ English. I'm Pat.
And I'm Laura.
And we're looking at the final day of our story article this month. We're with Omar and Hassan in the refugee camp. They're Somalian refugees. They're in a camp in Kenya, some of them hope that the UN will send them to a safe country.
Yeah.
Omar wants to go back to Somalia after the war and work as a farmer. And that leads to our warm-up question. What kind of job do you want in the future and why? I suppose for us, we'd say, what did we want to do?
OK. OK, 对，其实这个也可以问你们，因为你们现在可能在很想说，我未来想要成为什么，我想要做什么工作。Actually, I wanted to be a teacher, and here I am.
Congratulations.
我真的还蛮喜欢当老师 and I still enjoy my job.
It's a dream come true. I did think about being a doctor for a while.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
but just not quite good enough to go to university and study medicine. I did think about, maybe I could make beer for a job.
Okay.
Which I did for a short while and then moved to different jobs and so on.
Wow.
So things change, it's good to have an idea, but it's also good to know stuff changes.
That's right.
Find new stuff. But anyway, that's our warm-up question. Let's get into part 3 of our story.
When stars are scattered. Warm-up question. What kind of job do you want in the future? Why?
School isn't easy, but Omar works hard and does well. He gives a speech about becoming a UN social worker in the future. Omar wants to help other refugees. The UN calls Omar's classmate for an interview. This is the first step toward resettlement. The classmate's family might get to go to another country. Omar feels envious and angry. Months pass, and Omar and Hassan also get a UN interview. They feel hopeful. However, 4 years later, they're still in Kenya. Omar and Hassan have many UN interviews. Finally, the UN sends them to the US. Omar thinks,
Maybe in the US, Hassan and I will find our way.
So yesterday we kind of left off with this man gives Omar a notebook and a pencil and goes, get to school, you need to learn. And we see that the story continues from there. School isn't easy, but Omar works hard and does well.
OK, 所以学校生活并不是很简单，但是 Omar 他非常的努力，而且并且表现得很好哦。这里我们先来看一下今天马上出现的第一个 word power word。Easy 这个形容词就是容易的、不费力的，相反词当然是 hard 或是 difficult. For example, the math test was super easy. 哇，这个竟然这个数学考试很简单哦。为什么单字例句跟我一样呢？ That math test was easy. I think I got all the answers right. 那个数学考试很简单我觉得我全部都答对咯。Congratulations.Speaking of easy, is it easy being a parent, Pat?
Absolutely not. It is basically the hardest thing I have ever done and will ever do. That's just the way it goes.
Not so easy.
No, but you've got to keep going just like Omar does at school. He works hard, he does well. Next we see he gives a speech about becoming a UN social worker in the future. So just like we were talking about jobs in our warm-up, he's had a kind of change. He thought he'd be a farmer.
Wow.
Now he's thinking about working for the UN as a social worker.
好棒哦，所以他越来越有不同的目标。所以他做了一个演讲，关于他未来想要成为联合国的 social worker， 也就是社工。
And we can kind of see what that work would mean in the next sentence in the article. Omar wants to help other refugees.
所以 Omar 他想要帮助其他的 refugees。我们学到的就是难民。
Yeah, he's had the experience. He's grown up in the camp. He thinks I can help others. So as time goes by, he's at school, and next we see the UN calls Omar's classmate for an interview. Not Omar. They're not giving him a call. The UN would call if they were going to go, let's see if we can put you in a country. That's what all this is about.
OK， 所以联合国他打电话给他的同学，不是 Omar 哦，说我们要有一个 interview， 要有一个面试或是面谈。那通常可能是他们要即将把你送到另外一个国家的时候，就会有这个 interview。不过这里我们先来看一下刚刚有提到的 classmate。classmate 就是同学，它是一个名词哦。其实我觉得我跟高中同学真的感情很好，我现在还会跟他们保持联络。I still keep in touch with my high school classmates. We've been super close. 一直来我们关系都是非常紧密，非常好哦。我们来看一下单字例句。Greg doesn't like school because his classmates aren't very nice to him. Greg 不喜欢学校，因为他的同班同学对他不是很友好。
You could also say, I often play soccer with my classmates during our lunch break.
Wow.
So Omar's classmate gets an interview. We see why that's important. This is the first step toward resettlement.
OK， 这是重新定居的第一步哦。第一就是 first， 但这也是序数。OK， 那序数我们有第一就是 first， 然后第二就是 second。第三是 third， 可是后面我们可以用数字加上 th， 所以我们可以表示顺序，或者是日期，常常我们就会用到序数。那特别要注意就是，如果它字尾是有 ve， 就要去掉 ve 加 fth。 An example of this would be 5 becomes fifth。OK， 那字尾如果有一就要去一加 th， 像是九，第九个 nine 变成 ninth。那如果字尾有 ty 就要去掉 y 加 ieth。 For example, we have 30 and 30th. OK， 我们来举例子好了。如果说我来考考你，他的办公室是在2楼，我们要怎么说？我们要说 Her office is on the second floor. Or date, we use ordinal numbers for dates. My birthday is on the 3rd of June. Don't forget to give me presents.
Okay. Or you could say, I live in the first house on the second street on the left.
Wow, okay. And we also saw this big word, resettlement. 这是一个名词哦，就是有重新定居或者是迁徙这样子的意思哦。
Yeah, this is the idea of moving to a new home, but not like just moving house, more like you are sent somewhere, people kind of help to set you up, they find you a place to live in an area. It's kind of the work is done by professional people, not just you going, I'm moving to a new place.
Yes.
You might say, for example, many people from Afghanistan and Syria are hoping for resettlement in safer parts of the world. So this classmate gets an interview with the UN and we read, the classmate's family might get to go to another country.
所以他的那位同学的家人可能有机会去其他的国家。Get to， 然后后面接原形动词，这个片语就是得到做什么东西的机会。像是如果在吃东西 ，Who gets to have the last piece of pizza？ 谁有吃最后一片的这个机会呢？ or 如果听到说啊，有人可能有亲眼看到就是一个很有名的人的歌手本人，我就可能会感到很难过。I didn't get to see the singer in person. 我没有看到他的机会。
Yeah, this is all about being allowed or being able to do something, but it's as a special treat. We use it about positive things like I get to stay up late on Chinese New Year's Eve. So Omar's classmate has an interview and we read Omar feels envious and angry.
Wow, 所以 Omar 他感到又嫉妒又生气，然后觉得为什么我的同学可以先去这样子。Envious 这个形容词就是羡慕的，也有嫉妒的意思哦。
Yeah, he's saying, why not me?
Exactly.
I need this. I really want that thing. That makes him envious. You could say, I'm envious of Matthew because he's tall and good at basketball. So he's envious. He's also angry.
他刚刚有点生气气咯。我们来看一下 angry 这个字。Angry 这个字就是愤怒的、生气的，它是一个形容词，相信大家不陌生齁。那你们常常会不会跟 Laura 一样，对于非常白目、不礼貌的人很容易生气呢？ Do you get angry at rude people easily? 或是有时候你会说，小声一点啊，老师看起来生气气了。Shh, the teacher looks angry. Maybe you should stop talking. 不要再说话了。我来看一下单字例句。My sister was really angry because I broke a toy car. 我的妹妹非常生气，因为我弄坏她的 toy car 玩具车。
Here's another example. My mom got really angry when I didn't listen to her. So that's bad news for Omar then, but we see months pass and Omar and Hassan also get a UN interview.
好几个月过去了，终于这个 Omar 跟 Hassan 他们也得到一个联合国的面试哦。我们来看一下 pass 在本课的意思。pass 在本课当作动词，有着时间过去、流逝这样的意思哦。像你有没有觉得，如果你觉得某件事情很无聊，时间过得特别慢 ，time seems to pass so slowly when you're bored。那当然呢 ，time passes so fast when you're happy。快乐时光总是过得特别快啊。我们来看一下单词例句。9 months passed, and then Stephanie had a beautiful baby girl. 9个月过去以后 ，Stephanie 生了一个漂亮的女宝宝。
Or I could also say, I can't believe over 14 years have passed since I arrived in Taiwan. It's just a ridiculous number.
Wow.
So Omar and Hassan have an interview and we read they feel hopeful.
终于 and finally they got the chance. 所以他们感到充满希望的。我们都知道 hope 是希望。Hopeful 就是充满希望的，它是一个形容词。
Yep, hopeful, full of hope. You could say Jenny felt hopeful after her job interview. It went well, and she thinks she will get the job. Unfortunately, it's not going to work out that easily. We see in the article it says, however, 4 years later, they're still in Kenya.
I can't believe this. 然而4年后，他们仍然在肯亚。Wow.
We read that Omar and Hassan have many UN interviews.
所以他们两位呢，其实有好多的联合国的面试，但是 they are still in Kenya.
Yeah, I guess a lot of the problems are related to Hassan's disabilities and finding him the right place to live.
Okay.
But it does work out. The article says, finally, the UN sends them to the US.
哇，所以终于联合国把他们送到哪里呢？就是美国啦 ，the United States.
And Omar thinks maybe in the US, Hassan and I will find our way.
Omar 他就想着，或许呢，在美国我们就可以找到出路。Find one's way 这个片语就是找到出路哦。 And that's our magic box, right?
That's right. And after we finish Magic Box, we'll have finished this article. So when we finish listening to our Magic Box teacher, Laura and I will be on our final review time activity for this article.
Magic Box.
Hello， 大家好，我是艾赛。前几年就是看到我侄子就在教朋友数学题目。虽然说数学已经离我非常的遥远，而且呢，大家知道吗？我的数学真的是从小一路烂到大。但是我想说，听看看他到底要怎么教他的朋友哦。结果看到题目呢，就已经觉得哇，这些题目对我来说就是很像火星文了。我侄子呢，竟然还说呢，跟他朋友说，你知道吗？这个题目至少有4种不同的解法哦。There are 4 ways to solve these math questions. 我只能说，好了，算了，我还是就是好好教大家今天这个 Magic Box 好了。那在刚刚那个例句当中呢，有提到 4 ways， 这边这个 way 呢，当做名词呢，表示有方法啦，或者是方式这样的一个意思。就像是呢一个比较难一点点的字哦，就是 solution。那当然 way 呢，当做名词也可以表示有道路或者是路线这样的一个意思哦。比方像是呢 ，This is the way to the museum。这条路呢是通往博物馆的。又或者呢 ，Adam lost his way in the forest, so he waited for the rescue team. Adam 呢在森林里面迷路了，所以呢他在等待救援队的到来哦。Lost one's way 表示的意思呢，就可以指有迷路啦，或者是走失这样的意思。那像在今天的这个课文当中提到的 Omar thinks maybe in the U.S. Hassan and I will find our way， 就是呢指的意就是Omar 认为呢，或许在美国Hassan跟他会找到他们的出路哦。那 find one's way 找到某人，它的这个片语呢，其实我们白话点就是指某人的方向，找到某人方向。那其实我们把它延伸之意呢，就可以用来表示呢某人找到出路。好啦，那希望你们有学会今天的 Magic Box 咯，我们下次见，拜拜。
Review time.
So we've got 4 more word power words to take a look at today. We'll review them by asking them in the form of questions, so you can see the contexts for using the words. For example, what is something you find easy? What don't you find easy?
Something I find easy would probably be switching different languages like English and Chinese. I could do that really fast.
That is not easy for me.
Okay, but something that's not easy would be like cooking or numbers, math. I'm super bad at numbers.
Cooking's pretty easy. You just make stuff up and see what happens.
你很会煮, okay.
You try stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, next one then. What do you do when you get angry and what makes you angry?
I think I actually mentioned this in my example sentence. When I'm dealing with super rude people.
Right. But
Yeah.
what do you do? How do you react?
Sometimes I don't want to spend too much time like arguing with people who are rude. I just ignore them, I think.
You just like, that's it, I'm
they're
leaving.
hopeless.
Yeah, I do tend to get loud.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. So it's just kind of natural
What if it's
thing.
a baby boy?
Yeah, definitely get loud.
Okay.
Make sure he doesn't do it again. Okay, so we had classmate as another word.
Right.
Do you still talk to any elementary or junior high school classmates?
Actually, I went to a high school. We actually have grade 8 till 12.
Oh, same,
so I
yes.
definitely still talk to my junior high school classmates. Maybe not elementary though.
I might still have 1 or 2 somewhere on my Facebook friends list, but I wouldn't say there's anybody who I would regularly exchange messages with. But definitely some people I got to know around sort of 14, 15, I am still in contact with. And finally, we had pass. So what's a good way to make time pass?
这个是真的, okay? Netflix, binge watching.
Sure, if you're at home, but yeah, what if you're out and about?
Maybe I'll find a coffee shop and just like chill.
All right. I find reading is a
books,
very good way to make the time kind of pass. But just listening to music, if I'm listening to something, the MRT, it's like, it's time to get off already. I didn't even realize it kind of thing. We've gone past 5 stops and it's like, there we go. But if I've not got music on, it's like, MRT is taking
Where-
ages. We've only gone 2 stops. I've been on here for an hour.
That's
that kind
true.
of
That's
thing.
true. I know.
Okay, that is all the time we've got for today. Thanks for being with us through this story article, and we will talk to you again soon. For A+ English, I'm Pat.
And I'm Laura.
Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Bye.
When stars are scattered. Warm-up question. What kind of job do you want in the future? Why?
School isn't easy, but Omar works hard and does well. He gives a speech about becoming a UN social worker in the future. Omar wants to help other refugees. The UN calls Omar's classmate for an interview. This is the first step toward resettlement. The classmate's family might get to go to another country. Omar feels envious and angry. Months pass, and Omar and Hassan also get a UN interview. They feel hopeful. However, 4 years later, they're still in Kenya. Omar and Hassan have many UN interviews. Finally, the UN sends them to the US. Omar thinks,
Maybe in the US, Hassan and I will find our way. Word power. Easy, easy. That math test was easy. I think I got all the answers right. That math test was easy. I think I got all the answers right. Classmate, classmate. Greg doesn't like school because his classmates aren't very nice to him. Greg doesn't like school because his classmates aren't very nice to him. Angry, angry. My sister was really angry because I broke her toy car. My sister was really angry because I broke her toy car. Pass, pass. 9 months passed, and then Stephanie had a beautiful baby girl. 9 months passed, and then Stephanie had a beautiful baby girl.
认识字汇
Resettlement. Resettlement. Envious. Envious. Hopeful. Hopeful.